having a house that wasn't in pristine condition. Giving you today an option or some information on deciding if selling your house as a fixer up is the wise choice. Let's do that real quick. And yes, it's freezing cold. It's going to warm up, but yeah, I left all the windows open because I need to get some air in here. Okay, tips for selling a fixer upper. There we go. Tips for selling a fixer upper. Be realistic about the situation, not only the situation, but also the price. If you're not going to deliver a fully renovated, remodeled home, don't expect a premium price. Buyers want a good deal. Buyers are persnickety and they will leave you high and dry. I guarantee you that right now. They will get into contract with you, and even before they drop in a deposit, they will walk on you if anything smells funny to them, and they will just go. So understand that if you have a fixer-upper, let's say that house is about 1,600 square feet with an old-ass pool and doesn't have air conditioning and original kitchen and original bathrooms and wallpaper on your walls and scraped up hardwood floors, and your garage looks like Sanford and Son, it's giving a clear indication that your house has never really been maintained. Oh, we put a new roof on it and we did new appliances, so I want to 200,000 over asking price. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Just be realistic. Understand that unless your house is completely turnkey, you're not going to get a premium for your house. Price it accordingly. Your house is, if you have wallpaper on your house and you don't have everything that what people are wanting, price it lower than the average. Believe me when I tell you this, people are looking for fixer uppers. They're not going to pay a premium for it. If you have it in this head and you're on market for 90 days, it's not that I didn't do my job. It's not that your agent didn't do their job. They marketed, they did everything they could, but you prevented the price from being attractive to buyers. Yeah, it's not what your agent does. So price is hugely important. Understand that the pool of buyers isn't an engineer who works 20 hours a day and has a wife that is driving around in her brand new Tesla thinking that they're going to come in and fix it up. It's not that large of a pool. The pool today is people that want turnkey. If you're not willing to deliver a turnkey, price it accordingly and you will attract the right people, i.e., young couples that are scraping to get into a house and they really want to buy a house. They know that this is the right time. They can pay a premium. They might be able to pay list price or maybe a little bit more, especially if there's a little bit of competition, right? If your house is worth on the average 1.6, drop it down to 1.5 and see what kind of offers you get. If you are at 1.6 and all your other competition is 1.6 or 1.65, but those houses have new kitchen, no wallpaper, air conditioning, right? Everything's fixed up, brand new bathrooms, brand new kitchens, brand new appliances. They're getting 1.65. You're really closer to 1.5, right? Just because that's the value. Your pool of buyers know this. So just take that into account. Choose the right agent. Now, look, I'm not going to tell you everything's going to be hunky-dory and I'll promise you $300,000 over list price. I'm a straight shooter. I got to tell you straight up, this house is worth 1.5 to 1.6 on the average. If you add air conditioning and you put a brand new kitchen in, expect 1.6 to 1.65. Otherwise, drop it down to 1.5. Let's see what happens. Small, impactful changes. I was just at one of my listings and we were looking at cracks in the ceilings and in the walls. I'm like, look, I know it's a pain. It might cost a couple $100 per crack to have it fixed. I don't know exactly what the charges are, but those little things will impact the buyer's feeling for the buyer's desire to write an offer, the buyer's desire to buy that house. They see one little crack and they go, oh, I wonder where other, and all of a sudden they're looking at all the other cracks in the house and they think, oh, there's something wrong with it. It's a great little neighborhood. It's right by Oak Ridge Mall. It just has a little bit of things that need to be done, like new tiles in the bathrooms because they cracked over time. We're going to disclose that those were repaired, right? That's not the problem. We're going to show that. Now, there's two different ways of doing this. You can get a renovation loan. You can pull money out of your pocket. You can get a renovation loan, or you can use one of my services where we use my standard handyman and painter and landscaper and plumber and all those guys. I use a complete package wraparound deal. They come in and say, this is everything we're going to do. We're going to charge you a premium, but you don't have to pay until close of escrow. Sometimes that's a better option. So if the budget was $15,000, you're probably going to pay $20,000 because they're going to ask for about 25% premium on that. But it's the cost of money. It's the cost of doing business. And that's a lucrative business that they do. They do it for thousands of homes all across the US every year. So if it's something that you need, you're short of cash or tight, you'd rather save that money for a down payment. Well, so we can talk through things, right? There's always options that we do. For example, you can either pay up front for your inspections or you can roll it over to escrow and pay it off as well. We have those options, always have those options for you. So this was more of how to get your house sold. So there you go. All right. Speaking of which, a lot of times when there's probate sales or you're selling your house for your parents because they need to be moved into a care facility or it's an estate sale, let us handle the heavy work. We can take care of everything. Now, sentimental stuff that you want, for example, my kids' first shoes, those are sentimental to me, right? Marine Corps stuff. Sorry, the Marine Corps stuff right there, right? That's a little sentimental to me. So I'm going to keep all that stuff. But when I'm dead and gone, expect my kids to throw that stuff away, right? We take care of stuff that means a lot to you. We pack that up and put it away, but everything else we'll try to sell off. And I have an auction company that works with me. And then I have a hauler, and then I can come in and do repairs for you as well. We take care of all of that, so you don't have to. Get started by downloading this pre-inspection checklist. The link is in my blog. This is the highs and lows of Santa Clara County for this last week. This is the highest sold home, 4.6 million. So for a little bit less, 99%. It took 33 days to sell, and it was brand spanking new when it got into contract. Okay, next one. So lowest sold home in Santa Clara County this week is, let me see if I can expand this for you so you can see it. There you go. That's much better. It's with an HOA and it's below market program and a 62 and older. So this isn't really a fair thing, but it's something to be aware of, because if you're thinking about putting your elder parents into a care facility, this isn't really it. This is a 62 and older, meaning active adult. Took 69 days to sell, sold for exactly the list price. And this is much nicer than the cost of the HOA dues at the villages, which is like $1,000 a month. But there's probably not as much stuff to do here. This is the highest sales price to list price to sales price ratio. And this was 129%, sold for 30% over list price. This is Jackson Street in Santa Clara. Completely redone. Looks like this was a flip. Yep, complete flip. But look, they listed it 1.3. They didn't mess around. In 12 days, they got it sold. 12 days on market, $1.3 million, sold for 1.7. Sorry, that's the original list price. The list price came in at 189. It actually came in a little bit lower so 1 car garage and 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Let's see real quick if they actually did. There you go. Nice floor plan there for you to look at. Very older design, but hey, it works, right? And then the lowest list price to sales price ratio, which was 83% of list price. Original list price was 1.2, sold for 1 million. All right. This is a 100-year-old, 115-year-old house, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,168 square feet on barely 1/8 of an acre. It's right here on heading. Let's take a look inside. Those floors, that's why. Nice kitchen. I can tell you that it's a nice kitchen. It's older. It's not a brand new remodel. And it's not done perfect, but at least they have new cabinets, new countertops. There you go. Looks like semi-large rooms, semi-updated. When I say updated, it's not remodeled. It's been over 2 years. So yeah, there you go. And then garage, a little downstairs action going on. All right. And then, yep, that's it. And then Tuesday, Los Gatos home of the week is 6.175 million, 6-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 5,500 square foot home. Crazy. Let's take a look inside. Semi-craftsman looking. So I know I always bag on wallpaper, but look, if it's an older style home, like a craftsman style, then you have to go with the historical values of it. And this wallpaper blends in with the style of craftsman. Yeah. And that's a little busy, but there it is. Yeah. Looks like that was an addition. Let's see if they have a floor plan. Again, way too many, no floor plan and way too many pictures. 45, 50 pictures. That's the most you need online. And that's pretty much it. Remember, we saw supply dwindling.